Edward Onoja's uncommon kindness and empathy. So easy it is to forget a good deed, especially after attaining a certain level of comfort. That different culture emphasizes through folklores and axioms the importance of gratitude. But Edward Onoja, the young and charismatic deputy governor of Kogi State, needs no reminding. On the 16th of November, he warmed hearts and inspired tears of joy with the donation of a house to the parents of the late Mrs. Victoria Ejura Omogbogu in the Kini local government area, Kogi State. To understand the significance of this event and why it will possibly go down as the moment Chief Onoja solidified his position in society as a worthy model and leader of rare substance, a little backstory is required. Decades ago, specifically in the year 2001, a much younger Edward Onoja found himself in Jos, Plateau State, having secured employment there as an executive trainee banker and customer service career. He was to hone his skill and prove himself, thus initiating a process that culminated in a very successful banking career, another rare distinction that adheres him to many. He is a politician with second address, but his success required nurture and support, both of which he found in Mrs. Victoria Ejura, who was the backup and telecaptain at the time. With no clairvoyance on what the future held for the young and promising Onoja, or that he would one day rise to become the second citizen of a state, Mrs. Victoria Ejura took him under her wings and showered him with extraordinary kindness and brotherly love. She would fetch him from the motor park on Sunday, despite dealing with the trauma of tending to a husband who was involved in a car crash. She went on to show him the ropes, determined that the young Onoja would grow professionally to become an experienced and assured banker. In 2008, long after Onoja left Jos to serve in Lokoja, tragedy struck and the life of Mrs. Victoria Ejure was brutally cut short. Unknown assailants murdered her right in front of her Jos home. They extinguished the lights that shone bright and helped others find their path, killing with it the hopes of a family that took pride in the excellence and rising success of a beloved daughter and sister. Mrs. Victoria Ejura was concerned to earth in the same year, and in the way of humans, many trudged on, clinging to memories, but not Edward Onoja. And so, when he last year dedicated the house he built for his mother, his profound empathy seeded the thought of bringing similar joy to the parents of Mrs. Victoria Ejura. He therefore made a promise that materialized on the 16th of November, a year after the house donation to the family. Chief Edward Onoja brought succor to an old, no less crushing pain. He made clear to the family that although their daughter had been forcefully taken by soulless and wicked beings, she is survived not just by her children, all of whom have now been offered scholarships by the deputy governor, but by the seed of kindness she graciously planted. The seed germinated in the heart of a man who did not forget and thus came to repay. But this is more than just a simple story of rewarding kindness so received. Although the lesson is important, Chief Edward Onoja has named himself a complete stranger, leading the initiative for homes numbering 18 to be constructed and donated to underprivileged individuals, communities, and faith missions. It is more about the qualities of the man, his dedication to duty, obligation to society, and steadfastness.
For one in the central, we lost a medical doctor in 2017 trying to save lives. So I just said, the mother of that doctor, I would like to build her a home. If her son was alive as a medical doctor, he should be able to build his mother a home. But he died serving humanity. Let's let the mother know that he didn't just die in vain. So we did that for a woman in Adavi local government on my birthday. And then a widow in Kaba. Today, we blessed her with a home. A pensioner in Dekina will be getting one in the next 30 days. It's people who truly need it and don't have the means or the wherewithal. We just bridge the gap, fully furnished, to standard taste. You know, there's this place in the Bible that you should store up your wealth where moths cannot eat them. Their children would remember that one Edward Onoja built this for our mother. They are great-grandchildren. So even if I'm no longer alive, it will be standing there and speaking on my behalf. And who knows, for my children too. So it's a hotel is an investment to keep you having income. But those incomes will perish here. But this other income, say when you build for a widow, when you feed the poor, you are actually storing up your investment for the hereafter. And it's a longer time.
In a Facebook post titled "The Man Chief Edward Onoja, Abubakar Akpa, presumably an indigene of Kogi, shared a touching story of how the deputy governor intervened to save the scholarship of a PhD student who was at risk of his status. The student, needing the estimated sum of 800,000 naira, had solicited help from others but returned with nothing. When his plight was brought to Chief Onoja, he rallied his friends, starting with a personal donation, and a total amount of 1 million naira was raised and delivered, an amount that exceeded the needed sum. There are many more stories, each compelling in its emphasis of the openness of the deputy governor, his deliberate involvement with the people, an uncommon thing in a country where leaders erect tall fences manned by menacing guardsmen and generosity. An admirable portrait of Chief Edward Onoja has taken shape, built not by PRO agents based on tokenness and self-giving acts, but by the testimonies of everyday people, all of whom have profited from the friendliness and kindness of this leader who keeps his promise. John Kennedy once observed that a nation's character is revealed by the nature of men it honors. The same is true for individuals. A man's true measure is revealed by the character of people whose memory he cherishes and honors. To keep close his heart of kindness, receive decades back, and commit himself to the well-being of those his late benefactor left behind, we see the true measure of Edward Onoja. His integrity, sense of duty, and most crucially, empathy. Some aspire to leadership, others are born for it. This man has natural character of a leader, and there is a prevailing sense that his people will yet entrust him with more.